Let us start our new session of chapter number 12, Work and Energy. Now, in earlier sessions, we understood two types of mechanical energies, potential energy and kinetic energy. Now we need to understand that this energy can convert from one form to another form. So here in nature, whatever the form of energies are there, conversion of this energy is available from one form to another form. So let us take one activity. Sit in small group. Discuss the various ways of energy conversion in nature and check. As we can see that if we plant a green plants which produces a food, so here the energy conversion is available, right? If the air will move from one form to another, one place to another place, or we can say windmills are there. So from where the wind will move, based on that the fan of that windmill will move, accordingly electricity will produce. Here, while we are using fuels, coal, petroleum, based on that our engine will work, our food will cook, and another form of energy we are getting. So here various forms of energy are there, we can convert from one form to another form. Here we can see that whenever the energy will transfer, the form of energy can be changed from one form to another form. Whenever this energy gets transferred, the total energy remains same. This is known as law of conservation of energy. According to this law, energy can only be converted from one form to another form. It can never be created nor destroyed. So the total energy before and the after transmission, it will remain same, and this law will valid in all the situation, in all the form of energy transformation. Here let us take an example. Let us relate the total mechanical energy. So let us take one object having a mass m. Now let us pull that object at certain height h. So when it is available at a certain height, at height h, having a potential energy mgh, and at that point, right now the object is stationary, so kinetic energy is 0 because the velocity of the object is 0. So the total energy of the object is a potential energy mgh. Now when it starts to fall, so its potential energy will be converted into the kinetic energy gradually. So while the velocity v of the object is there, it's a kinetic energy we are having in terms of 1/2 mv square. So while they reach at a middle point h, so at that time that object having a total mechanical energy, that is a potential energy plus kinetic energy. Now while the fall of that object is continuously available, potential as the height h will reduce, potential energy is decreases, and the amount by which potential energy decreases, by the same amount kinetic energy will increases. While that object reach at the ground, h would be 0, mgh is 0. At that time potential energy is 0 and object is having only kinetic energy with the maximum kinetic energy value. So throughout the whole process, the total mechanical energy will remain constant at height h, having only potential energy, at height 0, only kinetic energy. In between, the object is having a total mechanical energy, potential energy plus kinetic energy, and that will remain constant mgh plus 1 half mv square. So here the sum of the kinetic energy and potential energy of an object, which is known as total mechanical energy. So here we can find that during the free fall of the object, potential energy will reduce. So at that point, the kinetic energy will increase. So this is a continuous transformation of gravitational potential energy is available, which is converted into the kinetic energy. Next, rate of doing work. Whenever we are relating with the rate, it is always related with the time. So here we need to define that how this work done will be available within a time. The work done will be faster or slower. Let us take one activity regarding the same, that consider two children are there. Two children are there having noted A and B. Both are having a same weight. Both starts to climb up a rope separately. They both will reach at height 8 meter. But as the height is covered by both the object same, h is same, both are having the same mass, m is same. But here we can say that mgh value is same, but the time taken by both the children are different. Let us take child A takes 15 seconds and child B takes 20 seconds to complete the task. So work done is same, but the time taken by both the children, that is different. So here, stronger person may do a certain work in less time. So more powerful vehicle would complete its journey in shorter time. When we are talking about the power of the machine, that is motorbikes and motor cars, in which speed of that vehicle will change the energy or the work done based on its classification. So here the power value we are utilizing, power physical quantity we are utilizing to measure the speed of this work done, how the faster or slower. So power is defined as the rate of doing work or rate of transfer that energy. If we are taking work W in time T, then power is defined as work divided by time, P equals to W by T. Its unit is watt based on the name of scientist James Watt, who has invented that terminology, whose unit is W. So 1 watt is the power in which the work done at the rate of 1 joule per second. Or we can say that 1 watt, that is the power, is the rate of consumption of energy 1 joule per second. So 1 watt equal to 1 joule per second. Other larger units we can define 1 kilowatt, that is equal to 1000 watts, or 1 kilowatt equal to 1000 joule per second. So here the power that value will vary with time. It means that the object which is doing a work having a different times, different rates in the different time of intervals. For that, we are taking its average power concept. In that average power, whatever the power we obtain the total energy consumed by that object by that given time. Let us go through the example for the same. Two girls, each of weight 400 Newton, climb up a rope through a height of 8 meter. We name one of the girls A and the others B. Girl A takes 20 seconds while B takes 50 seconds to accomplish this task. Then what is the power expended by each girl? So for girl A, the data are given, the weight of the girl that is available 400 Newton. It means mg is given. Displacement amount is given 8 meter. And the time is taken by that girl to accomplish that task, that is a 20 second. So power equal to work done per time, that would be equal to mgh divided by time t, that is a 400 into 8 divided by 20, that would be equal to 160 volt. Now for the girl B, the data are given, same weight mg is 400 Newton, same height h equals to 8 meter, but the time taken to accomplish that task, that is a 50 second. So substitute all the values in equation of power, that is work done per time, that is mgh per time, and the power is 64 volt. So power extended by the girl A is 160 volt and by the girl B is 64 volt. Next example, a boy of mass 50 kilogram runs up a staircase of 45 steps in 9 seconds. If the height of each step is 15 centimeter, find his power. Take g equals to 10 meter per second square. So here we need to calculate a power, that is work done per time. Here m is given 15 kg, g is given 10 meter per second square. So weight of the boy, that is mg, 15 kilogram into 10 meter per second square, that is a 500 Newton. H is given, that is 45 steps are available and each step size is 15 centimeter, convert into the meter, so divide by the 100. So the total height is covered by 15 divided by 100 meter, that is for the one step. Multiply with the 45. So for the 45 steps, it means total height has been covered. 45 into 15 by 100, that is equal to 6.75 meter. And to accomplish this task, he took 9 seconds. Now replace or substitute all the values in the equation of power, work done per time. mgh divided by time. mg is 500 Newton, h is 6.75 meter divided by 9. So the power is available 375 volt. Next is commercial unit of energy. Generally we are taking a joule unit for the smaller measurement, but for the larger measurement this quantity is not enough and we need to take a larger unit, and that we are taking kilowatt hour. So here, while the machine uses 1000 joule of energy per second, then it consumes 1 kilowatt hour of energy. So 1 kilowatt hour is energy used in 1 hour at the rate of 1000 joule per second. That is a 1 kilowatt power is consumed in 1 hour. So 1 kilowatt hour equal to 1 kilowatt into 1 hour. That is 1000 watt into 3600 second. That would be equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. 1 kilowatt hour equal to 3.6 into 10 raised to 6 joule. This unit we are utilizing in household, industries and commercial purpose. So in electricity bill, generally we are utilizing the electric energy is utilized during a month in terms of units, that 1 unit equal to 1 kilowatt hour. Let us go through the example. An electric bulb of 60 volt is used for 6 hours per day. Calculate the units of energy consumed in 1 day by that bulb. So the power of bulb is 60 volt. Let us convert into the kilowatt into the commercial unit. So that is 0.06 kilowatt. Time is used, that is 6 hours. So energy is consumed, that is a power into time, that is a 0.06 kilowatt into 6 hours, that is 0.36 kilowatt into hour. It means 0.36 units is consumed by the bulb in 1 day. Am I clear? Here we are going to end this session. With that, we are going to end this chapter. Hope you understood thoroughly. Thank you.